everyone. Welcome to Twitchy Tuesday. Let me turn down this music. I had to get the energy going. I had to get the flow going. I had to get all the things moving. Had to get this energy out. It is a time to move. There is a lot happening this week, and I am so thrilled to be here with each and every one of you, whether you are watching this live or watching it on the replay, as we kind of go into this energy, kind of talk through it. All right. Let me get my microphone down a little bit so that way I'm not screaming in your ears. Look at the new vibe. This new background, changing it up a little bit, just getting some things refreshed as I continue to learn and grow in this space. But let me introduce myself first of all. My name is Maloney Adams. I am the CEO and founder of Habitual Sages and Twitchy Tuesday, right here where we stream live on Twitch and YouTube, going over all things astrology and tarot. I love mixing those two together. We talk about the weekly astrology, what you can expect at a high level, get some cards. We pull some cards, like you can see kind of the decks here. We pull some cards to just really align everything and get some deeper messages. And we do it every Tuesday. This is one of those really special weeks that it is super intense with the energy. There is a lot of conversations that we are going to go over. And instead of making this like a 14-hour Twitchy Tuesday, I'm going to be splitting this up into two, because we have on the 20th coming up, so next Monday, a really amazing occasion astrologically. It is the Zodiac New Year. It is Ostara. It is the time where we dip into brand new energy with the spring equinox. And that really, to me, as I continue to work deeper into my ancestral roots and getting together with, just digging deeper back into the rituals and the cultures and things like that, kind of those ancestral rites. I want to do it right this year with Ostara, and I really want to give it its own space, its own blessing, its own excitement. So we will be going live. Twitchy Tuesday will be going live on Saturday, this coming up Saturday. I don't even know the date. I think it's the 18th. So 3/18, we will be going live at 2 p.m. Central Time to do a full Ostara reading. So we will get the tarot deck out. We'll talk about the spring equinox, what that means, what it means to be in Aries season. So look forward to that. I will be posting that on YouTube. So you can go, if you are on YouTube, it will be also streamed on Twitch too. So make sure you follow, make sure you subscribe, so that way you get all of those notifications. All right. That was kind of that initial announcement. Let's go to some housekeeping items, and then we're going to get into this messy middle. We're going to get into this week that we have that is already rolling. We're already feeling this energy. All right, housekeeping. I have 2 Saturn playlists up. I'm super duper excited about them. We have 2 generations that are going through their Saturn return. The first one from the 90s, the second from the 60s. And I created 2 different playlists to just honor both of those. I am putting that link right now in the chat where you can go and take a look. It is on Apple Music. If you are on Twitch, it is in the About Me section. And if you are watching on YouTube later on and you want to go check those out, it is in my link for my website. So you can have access to it. Is there. They are live and ready to go. Red Pill Astrology, for those that follow both Moni and myself at Red Pill Astrology, we are transitioning our lives. They are now going to be done on YouTube. I am so excited for this. We are going to be starting that, of course, at Aries season. So our next live will be on March 20th. And that you'll want to make sure to go to Red Pill Astrology, our YouTube channel there, at Red Pill Astrology on YouTube, and that is where you're going to be able to follow and find all the information, as well as learn more about the daily dose, which if you like astrology, and you want to get two varying opinions on what the energy that we are moving through is, the daily dose is where you want to be at. I mean, it's daily aspects, daily details. It's all red pilled right into a capsule on a private WhatsApp channel. And it's only $111 for 3 whole months. Like 3 months, the whole thing is $111. So more information about that in the About Me on Twitch or in the description box below or at Red Pill Astrology, which is on YouTube. All right. All things are done. Housekeeping over. Let's get into this Twitchy Tuesday. So let me just show you. I have a visual representation of this week astrologically. So let me just show this. These two right here, these two wonderful, thank you for the berries of, I think I'm saying that right, Zodiac Oracle. Thank you. Appreciate you. All of the decks will be in the description boxes, both on Twitch and YouTube. Don't worry, I got you. But this is how many conversations are happening this week. There is every planet outside of 2 having some sort of conversation. There are 1, 2, 3, 5 signs that are just like being lit up. So we're going to talk through all of these. So it is a Neptunian, a very Piscean, still Pisces season. Happy solar return for those that are coming up. It's a very heavy Piscean and Neptunian week this week. So I brought out the Beyond Lumeria cards, just to get some messages from that 5D, from source, from the universe, from that higher perspective, as we are working with so much Neptune, so much Pisces energy that we've got going on right now. So I have that. I'm going to put that to the side. And then this was really interesting when I started kind of laying everything out to get prepared for this whole kind of week. There is a lot happening at 25 degrees of Pisces, anywhere between 25 and 26 degrees. So I actually broke out the Sabian symbol book, and we are going to read from this once we start talking about kind of what is really happening within all of this. And we'll read the Sabian symbol for that. So I have that on deck as well. So this is how much, let me just throw these over here. This is how many conversations are happening. These are the signs that they're happening in. And we're going to break it down day by day. And then I have the Lumeria cards. Maybe they'll be here to kind of help support us in maybe some oracle or some additional messages. But we are going to get clarity and clarification as I talk from my ever so trusty tiny tarot deck by Morgan Greer. Look, we're connected right now. This is the deck. This is the deck and what we're going for. Okay. So my first question that I have, and this is totally a me thing because I am a Leo sun. Where are my fellow Leos at? Leo suns, Leo moons, Leo rising. Where are my fellow Leos at? Because I got this really funny image when I asked myself that question. I was like, man, Leos have been like the topic, like the zodiac sign Leo over the last couple of years has been absolutely like, we got placements there. We've been doing some things. We've been having some work to be done. As Saturn's, gone through Aquarius, we had a bunch of fixed sign energy. It's Leos were getting pinged really hard. And now that Saturn has finally gotten out of Aquarius and into Pisces, there's like this moment. It was so funny because I was sitting here, I'm like, wow, my Leo hasn't been pinged in a while. Man, this is so nice. Like, I am loving this energy. I mean, we're gonna get there. We're coming back around. Leo's is loving the spotlight. We know that. But I really feel like this time for Leos right now, if you do have those placements in your natal chart, sun, moon, rising, excuse me, or any like really big planets, any personal planets, outer planets, points, if you've got a lot of that condensed Leo energy, like look, six of rods, you're good. This is your reward, right? You are coming home after the battle. You're like being paraded through the streets, which of course we just love. It's lessons hard earned, right? Lessons won, and not because you didn't do anything. Like there was an actual campaign, there was a process you had to go through. And this horse is tired, you tired. Like when I was asking myself, where are the Leos at? I got this image of like, if you've ever watched those nature channels, any sort of nature channels where like Leo the lion is just like laying down in the safari and could not be fucking bothered. Just doesn't matter what's happening, could not be fucking bothered with anything going around it. It's just laying there, yawning, like that's all it's doing. That's where I feel like we're at right now, is just, you know what? We're taking our moment in the sun right now. We're taking our moment of breath. We're taking this parade through the streets and this congratulation for all the shit we've been through over the last little bit. And we're rolling with it. We're getting it done. Who's coming into Aquarius? Look, don't tell him. Look, don't tell us Leo's that. We just got done with Saturn. So we're taking this moment. Leos, take this moment. Other fixed signs as well. Take this moment, because it's about ready to go down as we get Pluto's little foot into Aquarius. Okay, so that was like a little side thing that I wanted to just like, where are the Leos at? The other thing that I had a whole moment today where I realized this is how like intense this week's conversations are. I freaking forgot that Mars was coming out of his shadow. Look, there's a lot of reasons why I know I forgot. One, it's a really like there's just so much going on, but two, at this point, I honestly like I feel like we should just come up with a new zodiac chart where Mars rules Gemini, because this journey that he has been on through Gemini, like it just feels like it's never ending. It just really feels like it's never ending. So yes, he is coming out of his shadow, still in Gemini, still has that 5 degrees to go. But we learned some things, didn't we? We probably got a healthy dose of reality, a healthy dose of really understanding what it is that Mercury has really been trying to teach us. And as he comes to these points, right? Like today, I'm sorry, I said Mercury, Mars. Today, Mars's final square with Neptune, this Gemini, Mars and Gemini square Neptune situation that we have had over the last couple of months. I mean, Mars went into Gemini in August. So figure like between August and today, this is now the third and final square before Mars moves on out of Gemini and then starts his journey through the rest of the zodiac. And that's happening here again, this 25 degree point, 25 degrees, 5 minutes of Pisces and Gemini. So like this is the accumulation. This is the accumulation of what's going on. What did you learn? What did justice come here to teach? What there's a lot of different ways. For me, I know I am a Gemini rising, so I have placements in Gemini. And what has really shown up for me during this time was that warrior energy, which is why I did that Twitchy Tuesday last time was all about that warrior energy, really honing in on that warrior archetype, because that's what, to me, Mars is, through this journey in Gemini, has really been maturing into that light attributed warrior archetype, raising his vibration. What was the spiritual lessons that I had to learn through this Mars Neptune square? What was what were these things that I had to do, I had to learn? And for me personally, it has been a lot about how I react to things, how I react when things, especially things in technology, things in those kind of Gemini Mercurian realms, technology, news, like the way that I didn't have control over something, like how did I react to that? And that's really for me what this whole journey has been, what Justice has been teaching, how I'm bringing that back into balance, how I'm actually coming back into, all right, frustration popped up. What do I do about it now? So, wow, totally forgot that he's out of his shadow now. Well, on the 16th. So, let's get into this week. Let me just shuffle these. I'm going to kind of pull out as we talk, because I really love these visual representation cards and like getting deep into what this looks like. And in fact, I am going to get this bigger screen up so that way y'all can see it. It can be right up in front. All right. So, PSA, all planets are still direct until April 21st, 2023. Glad I got that out of the way. That is your PSA for the day. Okay, so today, we have talked about this. We have Mars squaring Neptune, Gemini, and Pisces. So this is what is happening today. Mars square Neptune. Mars is in Gemini. Neptune. We're just going to do it like this. Oh, I hear you. Thank you, ancestors. That I know how this reading's going to go. Okay. Awesome. Let me get that over there. So we have Mars in Gemini, Neptune in Pisces. Like, look at how beautifully aligned. First of all, this is, I mean, you can tell why Neptune. Let's see it. Is that? Yeah. You can see why Neptune is, rules Pisces. Look at this one. Such beautiful artwork, such beautiful alignment. And I love that, like, the Piscean energy in this card is really like everywhere, right? If you look at this, I mean, this energy is being distributed everywhere, as it should. It's Pisces. What I love about Neptune is like power me up. It's like being beamed. It's like being beamed into the ether sphere, this higher perspective. And it's very directional, even though Piscean energy and even a little bit of Neptunian energy may not be as directional as you think. There is always purpose behind its direction. Always purpose. And that's why I love this look of this card, because it really highlights, like, yeah, Piscean energy may be a little more sporadic, but with Neptune, there's always purpose behind what you go through, what Neptune brings to you, how you work with Neptune. And then when we look at this Mars, right, here's our warrior incarnate, our warrior archetype. And he is like, he's ready. He's on it. And this whole journey that Mars has been on through Gemini, which, I mean, look at this. This is constriction, right? You have they are connected. They are connected. There's not a lot of ability for this orb, whatever this orb is, to be free flowing through everything. Like, right? It's not like Pisces. And Mars has had to do a lot of work in here. Mars has had to sit in this middle space for months. And really, with a planet that really does like this action, it's been an off season. It's been like that cold, long winter before you can start the campaign, the war again. And, warriors have to go sit, and how do you keep your warrior mind, settled and not like, I'm going to lose my mind sitting in this, underneath 10 feet of snow, waiting for the war to start back up, waiting for me to be able to go on this campaign again. We got stuck. What am I going to do? So that's kind of been this journey like Mars has had to go on, and through these squares. The first thing that I will say is, I don't know about anybody else, but for me, technology has really been impacted during this Mars's transit in Gemini, particularly during and around the square with Neptune. I said for months that this Mars in Gemini has been like the most Mercury retrograde of non-Mercury retrogrades ever. Like, I kept thinking during this whole transit that something was going on with Mercury. And like, this is Mars. This is Mars and Mercury's home. And it really was for me, how do I respond to that? Where were my frustrations at? Where was, how did I respond, and how does everybody respond when the things that we need, like just in general, for the ability to do our daily acts, right? Our daily due diligence, our daily jobs, our daily fulfillment, our daily rituals. When you rely on that technology and it's not working, how do you respond to that? So this is how I heard that we are going to make this reading go. So we have the Lumeria cards again. So we are going to do this for each day. We're going to bring out these archetypes here and what they look like, from the planets that are having conversations to the signs that they're in. Pull some Lumeria cards as like some of that initial guidance, and then use the tarot in order to get some additional information out of it. So we have this Mars square Neptune, the Tea of the Lotus, and Furred and Feather Friends King animals. Go and see the last. Animals are all over the place right now. All over the place. Spirit, like, it is, you can tell Ostara is coming. You can tell Aries season is almost here, because it is really this like resurgence of the animal kingdom. This resurgence, like, it's awakening. There's an awakening here. There's a, there's just something like that freshness is in the air. All right, let me take this Beyond Lumeria deck and see what we have here. So 43. All right, She of the Lotus. Shadow work, addressing dissonance, seeing downfalls as the flip side of superpowers, loving yourself back to wholeness, the beautiful lotus that grows from murky waters, disempowering triggers, bringing light into your dark corners. All right, let's take a look at the meaning. Take a look at any unconscious patterns that may be running you. Are there elements of yourself you need to take out of the trash, dust off, and reabsorb? Shadows can be painful or tender to the touch. Sensitivity in an area can be a trigger that shows us where we might want to spring clean some of our darker, forgotten, ignored, or hidden corners. Accepting our shadows is the first stage in restoring ourselves to wholeness and self-love. Peel back the layers where there is shame, guilt, or fear, and bring them into the daylight. Under a loving and compassionate light, they will resolve and reassimilate so you can rearrange with your superpowers. Okay. Yeah. Let's just get that right. Yes. Receive. Thank you. Furred and Feather Friends. Ethical consumption, making a difference through our food choices, caring for all beings, animals, environmental awareness, doing the best we can, animal spirit guides. Look at how you choose to nourish your physical body and your ethics and reasoning surrounding your food choices. Where possible, explore fortifying, filling, and nourishing alternatives. Your body and energy will thank you for it. This card also signifies strong animal energies. That could mean working more closely with an animal spirit guide or bringing a four-legged companion into your life. You may have greater awareness of the wisdom of the animals that you encounter and what their traits or messages mean to you. I love both of those. And so, yeah, there's a lot within the King of Swords popped out too. I'll kind of let's get some more clarifying cards. So this animal, first thing that was pinging up for me right away was, animal energy. And when it comes out so prominent like that, like you see a bee, if you are all of a sudden walking around and like a butterfly, like sometimes it's not about like, oh my God, and I've done there. I've been there, done that, right? Where I'm like, oh my gosh, I need to go look up what the, energy signature of a butterfly is. Sometimes it's more just about acknowledging that you see its presence. And this is that kind of, it can be that challenge with Pisces, right? Are you connected? For those of us that don't have a lot of and when I say that, the challenge, meaning for those of us that don't have a lot of Piscean energy that we have in our chart, where we have like planets, points, or it's a prominent area for us. There's a lot about like, how do we connect with the nature around us? How do we have the ability to connect and understand that we are connected? And sometimes it is just in the acknowledgement of, oh my God, did you see that butterfly? Like, gratitude. Thank you so much for showing, for having presence with me today. And sometimes it's just coming back to not about what the animal may be needing to tell you, although that can absolutely come out too. I have definitely had like significant dreams and experiences with spirit animals, but it's like, to me, this card really signifies, with everything going on, is how are you paying attention? How, as Mars has had this opportunity to fucking sit in Gemini, how are you paying attention to the world around you? And how do you feel connected to that world? What are these shadow areas? What are the things that need to be looked at to maintain this connection, right? Because here you have the Five of Pentacles and the King of Swords. Two very, very different cards, right? Like, here's the King, where, I'm feeling this very much of this Mars and Gemini, where this is a little more Neptune-y. But, it's this, there's no bullshit anymore, right? Like, the bullshit's gotta go. We talked about this. This has been in other readings. Like, that Virgo moon that we just had, which, by the way, is like pinging all of this energy still. It's that Virgo full moon is having this full like embodiment all the way through this whole week. This is like the accumulation of that Virgo full moon. And like, there was no bullshit with that. What you know what you need to do. You know what this means for you. You know what message this is. Just go and do it. Because here's the thing, is this Five of Pentacles, this is asking for handouts. It's really easy to like sit and, woe is me, and sit in this like, I can't make a move without this. No, you absolutely can. The warrior energy is there, right? You have this connection to the world around you. Well, I just don't know if these changes are ready. Like, this is indecision. This is indecision. I don't know if these changes are ready yet. I don't know if I'm ready for what's about to happen here. Like, I don't know if I'm ready to do the shadow work. I don't know if I want to face that side of myself. I don't know if I just don't know. Well, that's that unclearness. That's what, like, Mars, this energy, this warrior energy, this, like, it's that breakthrough. What has that journey been like for you? Were you here? Were you stuck at the beginning of August last year when this kind of journey started? And now you're transitioning here and you're feeling that awesome. But there is something here to connect you back to your power, connect you back to this warrior archetype, connect you back to this kind of whole cohesive self that we're all on that journey to work through, to work towards. The other thing that I keep getting with the She of Lotus and this Furred and Feather Friends is, and I'm really honing in on these two, is like watching the world around you, being grateful for the reality that you live in, paying attention and being able to like just see the beauty as the earth changes, as we become into spring in the northern hemisphere, as we begin to be able to like just see these beautiful moments of light and life that is going to start coming out. The lotus flower grows in mud. It's a beautiful flower that has to go through a lot of adversity in order to become what it is. And I just keep getting that is even in the muck, even in the dark, even in the unclear, even in this card, even in this Five of Pentacles, there is still so much beauty and so much to hold grateful to, and so much that potential. There's so very, look, Neptune heading up, that is purposeful. There is so much potential still here. And you're like, for some of us, this is just scratching the surface. Wait until you really fucking thrive. Wait until you really start getting going. Oh, it's exciting. Dude, it's fucking exciting. Like that's where we're headed. All right. So thank you for that. Let's get these two out. Let's see what else we have. Okay. So that is our Mars and Neptune. That's today. 3:15. We have the Sun conjunct. Wow, look at that Sun. The Sun conjunct Neptune in Pisces at 25 degrees, 7 minutes. Boom. Sun, conjunct Neptune in Pisces. So let's look at this guy a little closer. That is some fucking power right there. That is, he's on it. That is a lot of energy being projected on that card. He's our luminary, right? The sun is our source. It's our source of life. As we talked about paying attention to the world around you, in what I just was talking about with Mars and Neptune, like, even if you're not where you want to be right now, like, there is still gratitude that the sun still rose. There's still a beauty in the fact that the sun, when it hits the spring equinox, has an equal day and night. That we are coming to a time where the sun still, the promise of a bright future, the promise of the ability to grow, create, and manifest some new things is present. It's present. So let's take a look and see what message do you have for this conjunction. Ooh, freedom. Put this over for you. All right, thank you. All right, we have freedom abound. Oh, let's take a look and see what this says. 25. Freedom. This is, again, more animals. Look, dragonfly. Living the life you love. Liberation as a shift in perspective. The many facets of freedom, inviting enjoyment and inspiration to your life. Discovering what freedom means to you. Overcoming limitation. Unbound creative expression. Choice over obligation. Bring a deeper sense of freedom to a situation. A limitation may be a state of mind. A shift of perspective can help bring a sense of lightness and choice. Also consider what freedom looks like to you. In the bigger picture of your life, if you are feeling stifled in an environment, it is up to you to make a change. It is up to you to make a change. Add pleasurable moments or practices that cultivate a sense of greater freedom in your day-to-day life. If you are currently experiencing greater freedom, you may be feeling unsettled. Consider whether it is the kind you are looking for. If you feel ungrounded and lost, perhaps you could add some structure to your world to optimize your freedom. That is potent with these two together. Potent. So you have these two different sides. You have these two different viewpoints, right? You've got this, with this freedom, you've got the side of, and you've got the side of freedom that is talking through, and we'll get some clarifier on this, that's talking through, if you are feeling stuck, you need to move. That is on you. That is on you to figure out what direction you need. And that's what this Sun conjunct Neptune can really like highlight. Where do you need to move? Or highlight, maybe not necessarily where, but highlight for you, like give you that sense of power that you can move. You can move on faith. You can move on the unknown. You can move with purpose. With purpose, even if you're moving in, again, all of this scattered energy. Even if you're moving in scatteredness, doesn't matter. You can move on power. You have that power. You have that freedom to make that choice. And even if it is, yeah, you've got the power. You literally have the power to make that choice. And even if it may not be the right choice, indecision is like, it is still, you made a choice. That's a great thing, because now what you can do is you can learn from that and you can now make a different choice next. The point is to not stay in the indecision, not stay in this argument with yourself, not stay in this like, oh, this cycle of, I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I can just put those down. But like, speak. Thank you. Yeah. Thank you, Tiny Tarot. Speak. There's a 10 of Swords here. It's time to move. It's time to leave all of this behind. Yes, you could still have some indecision. Yes, you could still have some uncertainty. Yes, you could still have, it doesn't matter. You've got the power behind you. Move. Do all the things. The other side of it was, if you are feeling unsettled, perhaps you could add some structure to your world. So that is another thing that the Emperor can really help you and hone in on, is providing that structure. What things do you need to set up? What things do you need to align? If you are, how do you ground right now? How do you, and Neptunian Piscean energy can be very unsettling, because it is a lot about faith. It is a lot about that trust in yourself. So I would here with the Sun and the Emperor, there's this feeling about going back to really getting clear. And this is where, that structure, those boundaries, really getting clear on why you're feeling unsettled. And that the Sun can help illuminate for you. Why are you feeling unsettled? And then move appropriately. All right, let's get those here. All right, that was tomorrow. I'm telling you, there are 14 conversations. And then we literally have the mother of this whole week, the 16th. So let's talk about what's happening on the 16th. We have Mercury conjunct Neptune in Pisces. And then we have the Sun, which we'll get to in a second, and Mars squaring. So we'll need Gemini back. We have Venus in Aries squaring Pluto in Capricorn. So let me get those two ready. And then we have Mercury and Pisces squaring Mars and Gemini. So we'll get that. And then Venus moves into Taurus. Oh, and Mars is out of the shadow. I mean, look, the only thing that's not happening right now is Saturn. Saturn, Uranus, the nodes, like this is, we got a lot of conversations to go through on the 16th. There's a lot of things happening. So we'll take it one by one. Mercury and Neptune in Pisces. They will be conjunct at 25 degrees, 9 minutes. So we had 25 degrees, 7 minutes, Sun conjunct Neptune. Now here comes Mercury. So the Sun illuminated something. Mercury is now here. What is he going to collect? How is he going to interpret? What type of things? Wow. Y'all, communicating co-creation. Energy calls to energy. All right. Communicating co-creation. So, Mercury in Pisces is very, like, there is this higher want and higher need to get into things. There's this, ability to, there can be a lot of distractions, but there is this kind of like, I'm really feeling like Mercury is really trying to gain some understanding. Mercury is really trying to connect into that source messaging and be like, okay, what do I need? What do I need to pull forward? What do we need as we go into Aries? What do we need to bring these messages forward, Neptune? Like, what is really necessary right now? And how can I help? Like, how can I support in the best way? So let's take a look here. All right. Communicating co-creation, nonverbal communication, love language, telepathy, unique ways of communicating, light language, multi-dimensional information, community coexistence, relationships, meeting our higher selves, really seeing someone, and deeper listening. How are you communicating beyond words? Perhaps you are being misunderstood because there is a dissonance between your words, actions, and behavior and what you mean to communicate. Lord, story of my life. Words are like spells, so be conscious of what you say as you may be verbally sabotaging your intended meaning. This is going to be a good one. Also, be reminded that words can mean different things to different people. Something may be getting lost in translation. An issue may be cleared through improving communication. Listen carefully what someone has to say without interruption. Furthermore, it may feel scary to share vulnerable truths. This may be the only way forward. This card also encourages greater exploration in the realms of telepathy, healing, and the arts, such as poetry, painting, and music, where there is collective communication beyond the mind. That is Mercury conjunct Neptune in Pisces. I don't even need to pull extra cards for that one because that is clear as day. It is all about communicating beyond your words and finding out the gifts that Neptune can give. Your words are spells, not just in how you talk out in the open, but how you talk in your to yourself, about your dreams, about your wants, about what you're manifesting. Like, I love this listening. Sometimes a lot of Mercury and Pisces can give the gift of listening, because it's not so much like, okay, how can I process? And there's a lot of water to wade through to process. So sometimes I'm just going to sit and listen to the humpbacks, listen to them talk underneath the water instead. So I love this. I love this for that first aspect of the 16th. So then we have the Sun in Pisces and Mars. Sun in Pisces, and that is squaring Mars in Gemini. So Sun in Pisces squaring Mars in Gemini, another 25-degree, 53-minute. The sun is like just making its way. Yep, there's alchemy here. This square, there's something that is being alchemized, because Mars started its retrograde in the 25-degree mark. Now, Mars has done such a journey through this sign of Gemini that for me, literally for me, I'm not even counting until Mars is at 26 degrees. Like I'm kind of like, don't tease me, right? Like I need Mars at 26 degrees before I like officially feel like he is out of his shadow zone. So this is still like right at that final degrees. Here comes the sun. Doo 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 doo. And the sun is just highlighting what Mars needs to go forward. How is Mars gonna get into, because remember, now he's got to go into Cancer. The sun is going to be changing. The sun is literally going to be alchemizing into this spring equinox. And that is the gift that the sun and Mars in this square can have. It's this gift of, what do I need? What tools and implements do I need to take forward on my journey? So that way, the heart chakra. I love that. So that way I can come back. You know, I can go through this next half of the zodiac after being so grounded for so long. Here's that energy. Here is the sun coming in and like providing that light. Yes, it is a square. So again, it might be that kind of like blinding light, right? Like Mars has been in this Gemini energy. He could be like that first initial, like when you wake up, the very first time you wake up and you turn on your lights and you're like, oh no, I'm going back. That could be that feeling of Mars, is like this light is shining on him, but the light is there. It will empower him. It will energize him. And I have no idea why. However, I just got the image of Black Adam. Like, just saw that come out. If anybody has seen that movie. So, don't know what that was all about. But I see the correlation. I see Mars. I see the sun. However, that was really funny that just popped into my head. Okay. We have the heart chakra. Unfurling back to love. Love for oneself and others, relationships, compassion, forgiveness, empathy, connection, receptivity, acceptance, and generosity. All right. This chakra card represents love in its many forms. It reminds you that everything in life can unfold into love or fear. When unfurled back enough, the foundation of all you seek lies in the universal desire and right to feel love and be loved. Love heals. God is love. This is the force that will change the world. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Carry that forward. All right. So, next conversation that's going to happen is, we're still on the same day, by the way. Just a little check-in. We're still in March 16th. Venus in Aries is going to square Pluto in Capricorn right before she drops into Taurus. 29 degrees, 52 minutes. Yo. Okay, hold on. I've got all these cards mixed up now. So, let's go Venus, Pluto in Cap. Venus is in Aries. Thank you. Ooh, I really love these two together. Look at this. Talk about, dude. No wonder Venus in Aries is so spicy. Right? It's that, like, hey now, spicy energy. All right, Venus in Aries. And then here, look. This was it. This was all I could do. I could only focus on this, like, super hot and spicy energy. Here's fucking frigid Pluto. Like, answer to, like, you gotta answer to me. Like, that is hysterical. So this is a square. It's at 29 degrees. Look, Pluto is thriving right now. Like, I know 29 degree points, a lot of, like, even myself, planets get really exhausted when it gets to 29 degrees. I really don't. I feel like Pluto kind of thrives in these, like, where other planets get exhausted, Pluto thrives. It's like, yeah, bish. Like, I think he's going to be more exhausted or more, like, shocked when he gets to 0 degrees of Aquarius than he is at 29 degrees of Capricorn. However, Venus going through Aries, this has been a hot to trot, like, little union that's been going on. She could be a little exhausted. She could be a little like, hey, mama needs her space. Thanks. How do we get 2 beds in here instead of this one? Like, this can be, because I'm about ready to dip into my home. I'm about ready to dip into my lap of luxury. I'm about ready to dip, and I got Jupiter there. Oh, stop. Y'all can stop yourself. Stop. She is so happy right now. I can't wait. But she first has to get through this conversation with Pluto and Capricorn. And Pluto in Capricorn has been 1000% finalizing shit. I mean, look, all of the financial things that have been going on, Pluto Capricorn, y'all. Like, it's happening. Pluto Capricorn. All right. I felt 2. We're going to get 2. We're going to pull 2. Life force energy and solar plexus chakra. So I love that the solar plexus came up, because this is giving me a lot of sacral energy. And I love that we're like, no, you got to, okay, now it's time to get into this power, because Venus is about ready to head into her power. So let's take a look at 34. All right, life force energy. Energy, mana, Anya, the rainbow spectrum, bright white light, Reiki, celebrating life, God force, optimal health, being vibrantly alive, thriving nature, conscious consumption, Eden, the body is a temple, bringing earth into balance, cell rejuvenation, the love of the land. This is a lot. We are getting a lot of the same messages over and over and over, and we got them last week. We've gotten them the week before. There is a lot about coming back to loving where you're at, loving the land, having that gratitude, loving yourself, even in the first conversation with Mars and Neptune, there was a lot about like consciously eating foods that are good for you, which totally aligns for me right now. My husband and I are right in the midst of doing a March Whole 30. So it's like sometimes it's just about those little tiny changes, right? Let's see, where was I at? Oh yeah. It's time for celebration, which it is. We've got Ostara. Woo! Revel in the bliss of being alive. This is an incredibly healing card, packed with luminous life force energy for optimal health and healing. It reminds you to seek joy and upliftment in everything you do, as much as possible. Consider the foods you eat, the environments you spend your time in, the people in your life, and even the things you wear. So I am getting full body goosebumps, full body. That is really prevalent because even for me, I love black. I wear a lot of black. And even for me, I've been very drawn to wear like very light colors right now. Um, Increase your awareness of their journey, how they came to be in your world, and their energetic resonance. Let me just tie that back. So the food you eat, environments you spend time in, people in your life, and even the things you wear, how you are living your life, increase your awareness of how those items, these things came to be in your world and their energetic resonance. Are they alive and vibrant? You may also be inspired to work with healing energies such as Reiki or with the land, perhaps to even grow vegetables. You are encouraged to joyously make your life a piece of Eden. As a result, you will shine in vitality. Wow. I love that. And, Pluto in Capricorn, that is a lot about, that has been doing its work about our governmental systems, about how we self-govern, how we govern in general, how like the laws, the rules, the financial institutions, the institutions that we work with and believe in and those sorts of things. And that is really prominent because in this square with Venus, right before she dips into her home side, where a lot of this feeling, these 5D senses, this like, I want to be one with the earth, I want to get in, I want to dig, I want to, you know, Reiki, grow vegetables, those sorts of things. That's all in Venus and Taurus's wheelhouse, all of it. So this kind of like final square with Pluto is a little bit like, hey, what didn't you like about this Pluto and Capricorn journey? What was this question right here? Increase your awareness of their journey, how they came to be in your world, and their energetic resonance. That is Pluto and Capricorn. And then Venus, what do you need to do? How are you going to bring that into Taurus and change it? And now let's take a look at the solar plexus. Radiant illumination, personal power, independence, self-discipline, confidence, assertiveness, decision-making, belief, intellectual abilities, expression of will, bringing ideas into reality. The solar plexus chakra is the radiant center of our being. It holds the vibrant spark that brings our passions to life. Enter this space to step away from playing small, unworthiness, the idea that you are taking up space, and insecurity-based competitiveness. Allow yourself to be attuned to the abundant life force that resides within this center and being energized, motivated, fueled with inspiration, enthused, and clear-minded so you can bring forth more of yourself and what you wish to birth into this world. As you discover a deep and real sense of self-empowerment, you can more confidently lift others in celebration, harmonizing differences and shifting hierarchical paradigms into collective co-creation. That is a Venus-Taurus vibe right there. That is a vibe. That is exactly what we want. So this is kind of that conversation, Venus, Aries square Pluto. We have one more aspect before Venus dips into Taurus. So let's get that going. We have Mercury in Pisces. Mercury in Pisces. Square Mars in Gemini. Okay, well, hi Mars. Thanks for being in my sign for fucking ever. We appreciate you. Like, seriously. Mercury appreciates Mars being just sitting in his sign. Just doing his dance in his sign. So this is gonna happen. Mercury in Pisces square Mars in Gemini. 26 Mars is out of his shadow. Now this happens late on the 16th. It's not a daytime, it is late. So Mars is out of his shadow. It's official. Like that's official like a whistle right there. 26 degrees 5. Yeah, that's official. So we have this meetup now that Mars is kind of out of that retrograde shadow. There's again, he's had this like illumination of the sun. The sun has like, oh my God, hold on. I've got like this open eye. And now here comes Mercury. In Mercury's journey, right? He just met up with Neptune. And here he is coming into Mars to maybe provide some extra clarity or get from Mars, hey, yo, what's happening, bro? How you been? Let's talk about it. What do you need? What can I help you with? How can I help you evolve more? We have evolution coming through. This super Piscean, even more Piscean energy right there. Let's take a look at what it has to say. Growth, overcoming challenges, gracefully riding the waves of life, expanding out of the problem, flourishing in the face of change, thriving in new environments, being unperturbed. Look for ways that you can flourish in the face of change, or in the face of challenge, excuse me. Tap into your original passion and remember why you chose the path that brought you to where you are now. Break a problem down to its elements and be creative in how you tackle them. Consider how you can make it more fun and inspiring. Alternatively, be present and ask how you can learn, grow, and become stronger through what is happening for you. Focus on the aspects of your situation that make it all worth it. Draw on your inner resources that can pull you through. You have the qualities you need to shine, so don't lose sight of the bigger picture. You may be pushed to greater and deeper learnings, and it might be an uncomfortable process, but the strength, growth, and wisdom that come from journeying through the eye of the storm and embodying this knowledge is something no teacher can show you. Yeah. That's how are you going to accomplish that? And that's what I think Mercury, as he's been journeying in this Pisces, as he's getting this information from Neptune, as this light's been shown on Mars. Like, I think Mercury has a lot to offer here. I think Mercury has a lot to offer Mars here, but it's not going to come in the way, it's not going to come in the way of ease and grace, right? It's not going to come in the way, let me rephrase that. Everything can come in the way of ease and grace if you so choose that. However, I think in this, it's not going to come in the traditional way that you may be used to getting this information. And I love this word challenge because that's how I'm seeing this information coming. It's going to be like the information is going to come in a more challenging way than what you are used to. Easy. That's the way I want to say it. Like, how is this information getting to you? How is Mars going to get this information to go forward with? How is Mercury? Because we know this Mercury in Pisces is not, we just had that communication, right? Communication, co-creation. It ain't coming in the normal terms. Nobody's like, Mercury is not fucking giving Mars a letter written out with fucking instructions. He's not like Like, no, he's going to put it in code. It's going to be in song. It's going to be in dreams. It's going to be in interpretation. It's going to be very Piscean on how Mars is going to get this information to Mercury. So let's take that. The very final thing, we're still on the 16th, by the way, just, you know, doing my due diligence, doing the check-in that this is all happening in the same day. Lots of things being thrown at us. Bam. And we end the day with this just absolute stunning pairing. Venus in her home sign of Taurus. And I love that here, like this Venus here as in her own right is just like this beautiful goddess that goes, yo, when she, look at this in Taurus, fucking badass. Like, yo, she's ready. This is like, don't mess around with me. I'm here. I love all of this. Okay. I love this energy for Venus and Taurus. I really, really am loving this energy because Venus in Taurus this year means that Saturn isn't squaring her anymore. And we kind of love that. We love that. Yes, she still has conversations with Saturn. That's still happening. In fact, we'll get there in here in a second. But you know, she's really like, she's not squaring Saturn anymore. So she's just going to be a busy little bee. That's how I'm feeling. Cause we've got no, yes, she will meet up with the nodes. That's right. She meets them up on Monday. So, she's just going to be this busy little bee as she gets into Taurus, and seasons change. So it's like, there is a lot that Venus, as it gets closer to her conjunction with Jupiter, to her conjunction with Chiron, as she's moving, oh my gosh, whoop, roll back, totally delete that from record. Venus, as she's going through Taurus and she gets closer to her conjunction with the nodes and with Uranus, winning on that one, that is the winner right there. As she gets really, like, she's just going to be this busy bee in Taurus. She's got all of these things going on. And it's like, I kept getting these questions. These are the questions that came out. What is the experience you want to have? Can you have all of them? You need to focus and concentrate. Ooh, home. And she's going home. How do you keep things grounded and in place? What other signs can be leveraged here? How can you leverage both Libra, and I'm pulling Virgo into this as well, just simply because Mars is also this kind of busy bee right now. But Virgo has a lot of that wonderful quality that can give you that focus, that concentration, and like really organize things in how you need to be potentially like, okay, I have all these things coming at me. How do I organize them? And then Libra brings that balance, right? So here is home that showed up for Venus and Taurus. Heart-based presence, grounding, finding home within yourself, wherever you are, the body as a temple for the soul, travel, finding family wherever you go, occupying yourself, connecting to your unwavering infinite depths and the collective oneness. This card invites you to align with your temple space. Consider all the amazing things your body does and how you effortlessly move through reality. Become aware of the many gifts that come from a deep sense of truly occupying yourself. Often very intuitive souls exist within the upper chakras and may struggle with the density of humaning. You may not feel like you are from here, but as though you are more accustomed to navigating the world with different parameters. At this time on Earth, it is a blessing to have the vessel of a body. It is an opportunity to make a difference, so celebrate it. You have dreams and visions, and you may yearn to float around in more etheric realms. But it is when we are fully grounded, this is that etheric realm, fully grounded when she's in Taurus, and present in our bodies, that we can actualize these ideas and make a difference. Be grounded. Find your home. Just like a tree, the deeper our roots, the higher we can reach to the heavens. There we go. All right, so recap. 16th, Mercury conjunct Neptune, Sun square Mars, Venus square Pluto, Mercury square Mars, Venus in Taurus. Wow. Okay, so on the 17th, we have, let's see, Mercury in Pisces. Where did Pisces go? There it is. Mercury in Pisces conjunct the Sun in Pisces. All right, Mercury and the Sun conjunct in Pisces at 26 degrees, 34 minutes. So what I really love about the Mercury and the Sun conjunct, Mercury is our great messenger. You know, he is Eshu, Baba Legba. He is the divine messenger, the one that goes between the heavenly realm and the earthly realm and delivers our messages back and forth, spreads out, etc. And here with the Mercury and the Sun, like where I talked about Mars kind of getting blinded by the Sun, where it's like Mercury has no problem. Like Mercury has no fucking issue meeting with, and even look here in his card, he's got this illuminary right here. He has no problem like just getting right up close with the Sun and being like, hey, what's up? Tell me what we're doing. Tell me where I need to go. Tell me what needs to happen. Tell me what messages you have for me to bring forward as I continue and you continue on this journey. Like, what do we need to do? So let's get that answer. Reclaim your energy. All right, let's see what it says. Okay. Recapitulation. I may need a fact check on what this word means. Just gonna say. Owning your power. Where you put your energy is your choice. Overcoming triggers through self-awareness. Energy vampires. Reclaiming your soul fragments. Observing the observer. Shifting victim mentality. This card encourages you to be aware of where your energy is going. If you are not at your optimal energy level, it invites you to consider the core of why this may be. A lot of that has to do with what we consume. Whether that's eating, whether that's visually, information, how we're spending our time, who we're spending our time with, all of the other things that we talked about, that has a lot to do with your optimal energy level. You have the power to own your energy and to choose where you direct it. Look at situations that trigger drama and anxiety to reduce energy loss. Detach from environments or people that are not healthy for you. It is up to you to make the shift. Shocking that this is all a you, right? All of the messages are all about you and your choices. Victim mentality is no help. So realize you have the power to transform your life and choose healing and self-empowerment. It's time to kickstart the upward spiral to abundant energy and soul presence. Thank you, Mercury and the Sun. Thank you very much. All right. Then we have Venus in Taurus. Finally, Saturn's here. I mean, look, Saturn's getting acclimated, so we're fine. Venus in Taurus, the Sun in Pisces. I'm sorry, Saturn in Pisces. All right, so this is going to be a sextile. Again, this is Venus's first time in her home sign where she hasn't been squaring Saturn. So this is a whole different conversation. This is a sextile. It's quieter. You have to really go in and kind of find what the conversation may be about. It's not like a square is in your face. This can be more subtle, especially as Saturn is like just like figuring out this Piscean energy after being in his like rulership for the last two signs. This is happening at 1 degrees 12 minutes. So this is like brand new. And here Venus is full in her power in Taurus, like, and she just had that meetup with Pluto, right? So she's got some things. Pluto may have shown her, right, that conversation. Pluto may have shown her where some things needed to be adjusted with that. So that way she can fully be in her power into Taurus. And now Saturn's here in Pisces. How are you going to structure that? And it may not be the way you think. It may be really inventive, really like not what you're expecting. It may be like a complete the violet flame. It may be something you are completely like, wait, what? You want me to do what? Okay. That's interesting. The violet flame. Let's see what this says, because I feel like there's going to be some extra messaging with this conversation. Your psychic toolkit, recentering practices, deepening your energetic awareness, cleaning your aura, healthy energetic boundaries. Thank you, Saturn. Protection, removing trauma from your field, maintaining a high vibration, rebalancing after times of raised frequency. Consider your psychic toolkit, again, in ways you might not have thought. Do you have a range of accessible go-to practices for recentering, cleansing your aura, and protecting your energy? An exercise routine for psychic fitness will keep your aura strong and resilient, your energy sovereign, and your vibration high. Maintaining clear and vibrant energy will also help you see through illusions that may be blocking or disorienting you. Bring the violet flame into your meditation and self-care practices for graceful rebalancing after heightened energy levels. If that resonates, there's a lot that you can find online about the violet flame. I have worked with the violet flame before. Excuse me, I have something in my bag. And that can be, like it says, can be a really wonderful tool for cleansing that psychic aura. Reiki has been mentioned a few times, so I would not be doing my due diligence if I didn't let you know that Reiki, getting Reiki is wonderful, first off, but you can also get attuned to Reiki. Reiki level 1 certification is all about you and you using Reiki for yourself for that energetic and spiritual cleansing. Lucky for all of you, my bestie is a Reiki master and does teach and certify Reiki, both level 1 and level 2. If you need more information, reach out, hit me up, send me a comment, whether this is on Twitch or on YouTube, doesn't matter. Whether it's on one of my other platforms, totally fine. And I can get you more information about that. But she absolutely is get you all aligned. And then you can actually, yes, again, Reiki is great to have done for you, but you can also do daily practices with Reiki when you are attuned. So getting that out there. All right. Saturn, Venus, welcome. That's the 17th. So let's take a look now at the 18th. Y'all, we're still not done. We have two more full days. 2 more full days. So the 18th, we have Mercury in Pisces, sextiling Pluto in Capricorn. This is at 29 degrees, 55 minutes. Mercury has had a whole journey with Pluto. So is Venus, but Mercury has been has gotten very friendly with Pluto over this last little bit. So radical expansion. There's one more. I can already feel it. Okay. The ether. Ooh. The seamless unspeakable. Okay. Well, let's take a look and see what type of conversation these two may be having. 40. Radical expansion. Living and loving at full capacity. Being unapologetically you. Self-expression. Boldness. Having a voice. Taking up space, expansion, empowerment, owning your true power. Being visible in the world. Having fun with your magnificence. Letting go of judgment. Creative exploration. Radical ways of being. I really feel like this is kind of Pluto, like giving Mercury, because this is happening at 26 degrees, 34 minutes. I'm sorry. This is happening at 29 degrees, 55 minutes. I really feel like this is Pluto giving Mercury the last bit of energy he needs to get through Pisces. And like empowerment, right? Like here, you like, bro, we talked about this when you met back up with me in Capricorn. Go. Bro. Permission granted, right? Let me remind you what the fuck we talked about. It's time for expansion. Yes, it is. You can be as big as your energy wants to be. Stop and consider anything that is holding you back. This card is the permission slip that allows you to let go of limiting stories and take up all the space you need. Have fun unleashing who you are. As bold and radical as some of your ideas or offerings might be, who is to say that they are not what the world is waiting for? And what the world wants? Who's to say? Take note of any judgment of authentic expression towards yourself or others. Be mindful that creatively exploring unrefined expression may be what is needed right now. Remember to center yourself in the heart and be the masterpiece your soul always wants to be. Always wants you to be. Yes. I love that. Let's go to the ether. The seamless unspeakable. 0 point field. The void. Blank canvas. Threshold. Anything is possible. Time to choose what you want to bring into your life. Endless possibilities. Limitless paradox. The illuminated space of no distraction and pure potential is beyond the threshold. It is the silent meditative moment out of time, the centered and present place beyond the hustle of the mind and outside world. It is where all dreams are birthed, and it is the light we may fear to be darkness when, just for one moment, everything ceases to exist. This is the place between worlds, the womb before we incarnate, and from here, we can choose where we go. The land has been tilled in readiness for the flowers we wish to see. Outdated doors have been closed, and in the space between the breaths, we open the new ones. What may be perceived as the endless black nothingness is actually the illuminated eternal. The core that all our fears may be peeled back to. When we step through the darkness, we realize it is only a short distance away from the white void at the center of creation in heaven. Herein lies the feeling that we may have been striving our whole life to meet, and yet simultaneously, subconsciously running from. In this place of graceful surrender, we may know we are held and allow ourselves the spaciousness to drop deeper into the experience of our existence. That is so beautiful for Mercury and Pisces. That, because remember, at this meeting, This is 29 degrees and it is a sextile. It's a little out there, right? It's a little out there. And here is this like this whole world. It's like I just keep seeing like the black hole that like continues to like collapse in on itself. 29 degrees of Pisces. The whole world begins and ends with you. And that is this radical expansion. Like Pluto knows. Pluto knows what's coming up. Pluto knows what is up for grabs here. He knows what is coming. He knows what the potential is. I really feel like he's like pushing, like just blowing Mercury through this last degree point of, oh my gosh, I love that. This last degree point of Pisces, so he can like blow his horn and pave the way for Aries, pave the way for the sun to shine into this new world, this radical expansion, this unlimited potential we now have. And this is a blessing. This is a blessing. The 1111 card, right? The 4 of Wands. The 1111 card. I love this. Hold on, this came out too. The 1111 card. There's union. There's like all potential is here for the most radical expansion. Mercury and Pisces, this sextile over this week, it's going to be done. It's going to be done in the dark spaces. It's going to be done with Mercury's eyes closed. It's going to be done in ways that, again, going back to this ether, it's going to be done in ways that are unexpected. It's going to be done in very Piscean ways, in ways that are not normal communication realms. There's no sight here. There's no words here. This is all going to be in like dream, spirit, messages from your ancestors. It could come in the forms of music, in the forms of meditation. All of these different, we just had the violet flame come out, right? All of these different modalities and things that you're going to be doing. That's where you're going to get this conversation. That's where you're going to get the magic of this sextile. Because right after this, Mercury, our friend, heads into Aries. Again, I get this whole feeling that Mercury getting into Aries, especially right before the sun, this is on the 18th, is like setting the stage, right? Like Mercury's coming in as like the wedding planner. I don't know why this is the message that's coming. But Mercury's like coming into Aries as like the coordinator. Let's go with coordinator. Like the coordinator of everything. And he's like, all right, final checks. The mic's working. The music's working. The seats are ready. The everybody's where they need to be. All the food's ready to go. We have everybody in their seats. We're ready to go live. And 3, 2, boom. Sun into Aries. And he is just like setting that stage. He's setting this stage and really diving into this announcement period, this period of, all right, let me clear way and let me begin to show you what's possible. Back to that last card. So here we have Mercury and Aries. Let's get a Beyond Lumeria card for Shine Your Light. There we go. Shine your light, Mercury and Aries. All right. Doing what you love. Time to thrive. Absolutely. Going from the overflow, life purpose, being authentically you, compassionate, self-empowerment, loving life, trying things you resonate with, bringing joy to others by being an inspiration. Where can you shine your light? When you have a purpose, you will also have limitless energy and no joy. Where can you grow enthusiasm in your life? Consider how you can be more aligned with your passions so you can harness your light. It may be time to return to something you enjoyed but stopped doing for no good reason. Totally fine. You are a sovereign being. Regain compassionate empowerment, and remember what lights up your world. Mercury, we've just went through this whole week. Mercury done had a lot of these conversations, y'all. This is what Mercury's accumulating to. This knowledge, this know-how. And now here the sun's going to come and is going to blaze the trail, light the path, provide the energy necessary to get it done as it gets into Aries. Man, we need some fire up in here. All right. The 19th, blessedly, we have nothing happening from a major aspect standpoint. We have a day. We have a day. We have a day to like, oh my God, what just happened to me this past week? And then on the 20th, we have even more conversations. So Venus on the 20th does conjunct the North Node in Taurus at 4 degrees, 25 minutes. There's no North Node card here, so we are going to let that one rest. That is where the daily dose comes in the best, because I will definitely be talking about it in there. But we can do the sun in Pisces, which also happens this day, right before the sun heads into Aries, is sextiling our fave, Pluto in Capricorn. And I love that this is here. Oh, I'm so happy that that remained on top. Did not plan it that way, but that's the way it's going to come out. Because this is 29 degrees, 57 minutes when this sextile happens on the 20th. Boom. Sun ingresses into Aries. And it's go time. It's go time. Look, I love these two. Seriously, these two have got to be best friends. The sun and Pluto have got to be best friends. Like they have to, I just feel that they have such the highest respect for each other. Like they're those old school friends, like these classic friends that like Grumpy Old Men. For anybody that's seen that movie, like the sun and Pluto remind me of Grumpy Old Men, where yeah, they had this little thing, but it was really out of super mutual respect for each other and the fact that they were very, very similar. And then they were able to work through all of that, and they are besties. Like I truly feel the sun and Pluto are great old friends. They would sit down, have a bourbon together, have a cigar, play chess. That's how I feel the sun and Pluto energy. That's how it works together. So let's talk about what is really Pluto's going to give the sun something. This meeting is very poignant at 29 degrees, 57 minutes. So let's take a look at what we have. I like this one. The internal explorer. Let's get that, and then we'll do the sun in Aries. And again, I am doing a full sun in Aries spring equinox Ostara reading. That is going to happen this Saturday live, YouTube and Twitch at 2 p.m. Central Time. So I'm just going to pull one card like we've been doing for the rest, but there will be a full read for that. Okay, Internal Explorer. So this is for... There we go. This is for the sun sextiling Pluto. Flow state. Accessing infinite information by going within. Wisdom from the collective consciousness. Theta waves. Channeling. Breaking free from limited intellect. Breaking free from limited intellect. I need to say that breaking free from limited intellect. That is a phrase for sun sextile Pluto cap at 29 degrees, 57 minutes. Creative boldness, being guided by the divine spark. You already hold the keys. You are invited to explore the state of flow. This card is also a reminder that you are infinitely amazing being who can access collective consciousness, especially when you surrender some control to the greater process or get out of your own way. You have the permission you felt you needed, so go within and explore. Wonderful gifts are waiting for you. I love that card. Okay, then one last card, Sun in Aries. Yep, that's just going to stay there. Sun in Aries, what do you got for us? Oh, yeah. Look, fire came out. Didn't I just say it? I just said we need a little fire in our lives. Goes back to where my Leo's at. I love this fire. All right, let's see what fire offers us. Duality, creation, Kundalini, the rising phoenix, bringing conflict into harmony. Intensity, transformation, the incredibleness of being alive. Coalescence, infinite energy. We live in a dualistic world of light and dark, yin and yang, masculine and feminine. Focusing only on light can repress our shadows, bringing both sides into balance. And being real with our humanness allows us to reach more joy, authenticity, and depth. By accepting and loving all of ourselves as we truly are, we can extend more of this love and have a deeper compassion with others. This painting portrays the balanced dance of creation. The greater the distance of separation of duality, the greater the density. As the dragons come together, they dissolve into one with all that is. In this place of coalescence, the fusion brings both sides together in oneness, not just as a reemerging with the universe, but in an alchemical process of becoming the empowered creator force we truly are. Wow. All right. That is a wonderful place to leave all of it. And that will be a beautiful energy to bring us into our Saturday reading. So let me get these over here. Let me pop these up. All right. Get these back in here. All right, everyone. So we kind of get done, get going. Here we are. That was awesome. Lots of conversations this week. Tons and tons and tons. Drop comments. Make sure to like, follow, share if you felt any of this was valuable or somebody else may need to hear these messages. Make sure you're following me because like I said, I am going to be doing a special reading on Saturday. Again, that is going to be 2 p.m. Central, both live on Twitch and on YouTube. And I just can't wait to see what this week unfolds. It is a busy week. Again, couple of things, just clearing house. We've got the Apple Music. That can be found in the About Me section, as well as on my website. We've got Red Pill Astrology Lives. Those are transitioning. Our next one is going to be on March 20th on YouTube, at Red Pill Astrology on YouTube, where we're going to talk about the astrology from March 21st through the 31st, which is all about Pluto going into Aquarius. So make sure that you turn on those alerts for that. We have the daily dose. So look, we ride in the daily dose daily on these energies. If you're looking for more in depth, that's the place to get it. And oh my gosh, I totally forgot the Sabian symbol. Let me go ahead and get that right away. So, the Sabian symbol, the reason why I wanted to read it was because of all of the Piscean energy that this week is bringing that we've gone through. A lot of it, a lot of points are happening at this 25-degree marker. So, I pulled the Sabian symbol, which if you don't know what Sabian symbols is, this book will also be in the description box if you want to check it out more. Sabian symbols are for every degree of the zodiac. All 360, there are special messages that were channeled, actually, as we've been talking a lot about channeling, that were channeled into by someone into each of these degree points. And then you can go look at those degree points and get deeper messages. So for Pisces at this 25 degrees, this is the message: a new moon that divides its influences. This is a symbol of universal initiative as a basic dynamic in any personal scheme of things. And it reveals itself most simply in man's instinctive and often blind outreach to the reality in which he participates. His action must be tentative until he achieves his own true self-discovery. But he makes a fine skill of his uncertainty and refuses to commit himself except as he encounters a full response to his deeper realization and the ultimate motives. The key word is finesse. When positive, the degree is a thoroughgoing capitalization of life's transitions and an effective development of every emerging potentiality of self. And when negative, a completely disruptive vacillation. So that is Pisces, 25 degrees, 25 to 26. It's in Sabian symbol talk. That is Pisces 26. You can definitely go look. Again, the book is out there. You can go look at Sabian symbols online if you want to go and learn more. So that is it. I am signing off. Twitchy Tuesday done for March 14th. Enjoy these energies. Have fun with these conversations. Thank you so much for those that joined and for those that are watching on the replay. Talk to you guys later. Bye.